Oh.
I did not.
Okay.
All right, we're live now. All right, so we can finally start the podcast. Hey, y'all, welcome to the Drakes and Discussion podcast. I'm your host, King Bach. Got a couple cool people here with me today. I got cameraman AJ in the back, on his phone, in the kitchen. I got Miss B. I got Miss B next to me, as always. I got Miss Tia here, now as always. All right, and we also have a special guest today. So, and y'all can see her. So say hi to Asia.
Good.
All right, yeah. So, how's everybody's week going? Cameraman, how was your week this week?
Pretty good. Went fishing yesterday. You already know.
All right.
Little scoop of fish.
Okay. All right, cool.
So you fried it up.
Yeah, throw him back. He was so tiny, bro. That nigga was like 150. That's it. He ain't even that big.
All right, B, how was your week this week?
My week was pretty good. I didn't really do a whole lot. Yesterday I was out and about a little bit, but that's about it. No, I was real chill this week.
Okay. You going to the food truck rodeo later?
I don't know.
Where's that?
It's the chill, chew, and
chill, chewing something out.
Something chill and chew in Raleigh.
Hey, Raleigh.
It's sponsored by the Kappas or something like that. It's like a big Kappa.
Shoot, might pull up. My week was pretty good. Actually, I did a lot of work. I did 2 interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much worked. I feel like my days always run together. So yeah. To Monday again.
Yep.
Yeah, we were off on Monday, and we all forgot that.
Oh God, yeah, we were off on Monday.
I'm working from home, so I feel like I'm always off.
I've been working from home too, and it feels like I do more work at home than I do.
Shoot.
Hey, how was your week?
It was cool, just busy. I'm an amateur baker now, so I'm just constantly slanging these cookies and cakes and bread and shit. So
okay. So when you be posting like the little cookies and cakes and stuff on the IG, that's you.
That's me.
Okay. Oh, check you out. Okay.
Wide shipping, by the way. Now I ship nationwide, so check me out. ChokingHazardKitchen.com. There you go.
Okay. All right. Choking Hazard Kitchen. Okay.
Oh, that's the name of business.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that name.
It's not gluten free. I'm not ready to do all that fancy shit, but it's just all dairy and
all the gluten. I need all the gluten.
We're regular
schmegular cookies.
Yeah, North Carolina folk real regular.
People like, how you keep it gluten free? I'm like, man, I don't even know what gluten be. Let me ask you this.
I like gluten. I want all the gluten.
Right. Give it all.
Fair enough. All right, so cool. So Tia, what current events we got going on?
All right, so we're gonna start off with Cardi B versus Candace. I don't know if y'all saw the showdown, the get down on Twitter. I know, and then it spilled over to Instagram.
Yeah, I kind of saw some of it. I was just like, "There's a lot happening." It's doing a whole lot with not enough.
Doing a whole lot with not enough.
Candace was being very petty. Like a lot of people was like, "Oh, she definitely read Cardi," but it's like she kind of really came for Cardi, like for no reason.
Yeah, it really came out of nowhere.
And I feel like they feel a little threatened because Cardi has a large platform, and it's like if she's getting people to vote for Joe Biden, then just kind of making the Trump tards, the Trump supporters.
The Trump tards.
they nervous. So, but yeah, that was really a hot mess, and Candace was really dragging it out. She was trolling Cardi a lot on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw.
So she said, "What an educated walk is the best walk." She basically said Cardi was stupid.
Terrible.
So,
yeah, it was a lot going on. I didn't realize that Candace was pregnant.
Yeah, me either.
Until I don't know if she said anything about it, but then Cardi came in about it, and I was like,
oh yeah, she said she was talking about her baby, and then Cardi was like, yeah, your baby said that whack ass pussy.
Whoa.
She said it was dry.
Oh, dry. Yeah. She's like, yeah, that dry ass pussy. I was like, woo.
I know. I was like, oh, the baby. That ain't got nothing to do with this. Ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, it got ugly. I I was like, I said, Candace must stop messing with Cardi. She from the streets now.
Leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Candace let me talk.
They're saying that they don't even know who Candace is. Candace is
left field to me.
Candace is just.
She's a Republican and she's into politics, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is she anything other than that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she.
If you are a Trump supporting brown skinned Republican, you a dumbass. Like, honestly,
This is how
like
you would do that.
you from the suburbs, you from the streets or whatever. It's just like
If you wanted to. I was gonna show you how to put it back.
Oh, that's me. But I don't understand that either. And I think that's what she got her fame off of, just being a black Trump supporter.
Yeah,
I beat some case. She had some black lawyer that was helping her out beat a case. It was a big case, and she won. I know that part.
Yeah, I know. I do know that portion of it.
Then she just been going on rant.
But it was about her being racially profiled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you turn around and support Trump. Like, it's just weird.
I think she has a whole identity crisis type of thing. She's always gunning for black people. Yeah, and she said that Cardi is bringing the black community down with her music. I'm like, first of all, black people are the only person that listens to Cardi.
I haven't seen people get so hyped off a song since I don't know how long. Like WAP was like, WAP was popular. I haven't seen people get hyped off a song.
That is my song.
I can't remember the last song people really got hyped off. Swag Surf? I don't know.
She definitely got a hit. So
yeah.
Well, in other news, Power returned. I don't know if we got any Power fans in the house. No.
I haven't seen it.
I have not watched the new. Angel, why you looking like that?
I used to watch it like in the very beginning, and that was on. You know how you get sucked into a show because you chilling with people that are watching it, and it's not really your TV to change the channel. So I got like stuck. Like
I'm really stunned. Okay, we're gonna move past that.
Wait. Let's not speed past TV shows. Like, all right, so am I the only one who's watched P-Valley?
I have not.
You have not? What?
But what is the thing that everybody's saying that straight guys shouldn't be watching P-Valley?
I heard that shit too.
All right, so look. All right, no. Okay, so I got to preface this. All right, so when I first saw the previews, it didn't look like a show that I would want to watch. It didn't look like a show that I would watch. It didn't look like it would grab me in. But then when I found out the rapper Little Murda in the show, I went to college with the kid. I was like,
Alfonso?
I tried to get him on my blog, by the way. The interview.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm still his friend on Facebook. I actually sent him a message after I finished watching P-Valley, and he responded. He was like,
yeah.
Talk to him too.
We'll have a conversation after this.
All right,
I was trying to.
what is it about?
All right, so P-Valley is about this strip club in rural Mississippi, right? That's ran by a drag queen. There's a rapper that's trying to get on. The strippers have like their little side stories, as well as you have the corrupt mayor, the plantation owners that own the cotton fields.
It's a whole lot.
I'm not telling you none of the storyline. I'm just telling you.
Black people got a strip club, but they still on the plantation.
No. It is a plantation, and it's being worked by white people. Like, it's no slavery no more. Like, this is current time. Niggas got iPhones and this shit. Like,
it's current with a plantation.
Yeah, it's a plantation in there. Yes.
I'm gonna start watching this tomorrow.
Yeah, start watching it, and then call me and let me know what you think.
Yeah. Okay.
And then give us a different review.
Oh my! I don't want to tell y'all nothing that happened.
And then after I watch it, we can set it up with Lil Murda.
Okay.
And then I would love to have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems like it's a slave owner and
oh my god! Oh, it's real. It's real. It is the dialogue. Wait. The dialogue is really Bama country. Like, it's
Bama. You're not recommendations right now because I'll be like, bro, I'm not watching.
You gotta watch it.
I'm confused about what it's
picking cotton. It's the one.
I'm done.
All right. So in other weird news, Joe Budden. So he was on a podcast and he started talking about, all pet owners, they jack their dogs off.
Yeah,
and
that
he's
was
literally jacking the dog off while he's saying it. So I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he was like violating Baisley, man. I was like, Joe, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you looking at me like that?
I know that's your boy. I love Joe. I'm like, what you gotta say?
Yeah, no, he on the hill by himself. He gonna die on that hill by himself because I'm not joining him.
So why he trying to say like, oh, they exposed him? Like,
what happened, Angel?
She said, was he joking?
No, he was dead ass.
But he claims that he don't do that. So I guess that was him joking. But like, who jokes like that?
No, he was so serious, and then he violated.
His words over.
He violated his co-host dog because the dog be on the podcast sometimes.
Yeah, so he was literally jacking the dog while he was saying it.
I thought he was rubbing.
Oh no, he was playing with his little private area, and that was kind of cool.
I know Peter's having a fucking field day with that shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's too much. That's a bit much. But he was like, the dog needs to be released, and if they ain't no girl dogs, that's not what he said. That's not the word. But if there's no girl dogs around, then he got to.
I should play the clip, and we want to hear it.
No. Let's not.
One time was enough.
I don't need Spotify calling us, man.
Peter is
Some people are saying that all of that was released because of him trying to leave Spotify.
Yeah, he's quote unquote. He said it was like.
Yeah, he said it's an attack against him. No one's.
Bro, you said that on the podcast.
You said that though. Like it was your words.
It was like,
yeah, it's like all right. So look, it's like this. All his stuff is done in house. Like Savon edits the video and the audio for Savon and Eric. They edit the video and the audio. I know them. Like when I went to the festival, I met everybody. I met everybody in the group. But yeah, no, that's how I got the idea for this.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, see, look, got a network.
You need a new leader.
No, he does not lead the light skin coalition. I do not recognize him.
Who light skin?
Somebody, you can't decide whether I'm light skin or brown skin. You don't have to listen.
You're the only one that be going hard for you being light skinned, and I'm just
whatever.
You ain't dark skin. You just
confused.
Hey, look, I got confused complexion.
You got your summer tan going on right now.
Yeah, because in the winter I get real light.
Yeah, you ain't light skin. You just caramel. We'll just say caramel.
All right, let's leave it at that. What we got next?
And lastly, Donald Trump was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, and then his campaign made an ad and it spelled Nobel.
Oh my
it's
God!
It's a Nobel.
The Nobel Peace Prize.
No, what's that? That was a good one.
Candace was in charge of that.
So I'm like, they don't nominate this fool for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, Adrian also agrees you are not light skinned.
Whatever, Adrian.
But yeah, what is the
the Nobel Peace Prize for what?
Like, what did he?
The Nobel Peace Prize for what?
Like literally, the guy who nominated him was like, all the other people that got nominated ain't never did nothing. So he was like, especially Obama, he was like, he got it and he ain't do nothing. So he said he didn't like Trump, but he was like, might as well. Like literally, this guy was like, might as well. He was like, the other winners ain't do nothing.
Wow.
I was like, why y'all hate Obama so much?
I don't know, man.
So they just nominated him just because. So there's no real reason.
Those were his. Hold on. Let me see.
I mean, well, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
We'll see next year if he gets picked. So the guy said,
do they only give one? Or they give several, right?
Yeah, they give out several.
The guy said that Trump's administration has played a key role in the establishment of relations between Israel and the UAE. He said, I'm not a big Trump supporter, but the committee should look at the facts and judge him on the facts only, not on the way he behaves. The people who have received the prize in recent years have done much less than Donald Trump, for example, Barack Obama.
I still haven't got one.
Right. Me.
Right. I haven't got the good reason.
In other words, it's just like
just because.
Okay. Does that conclude current events?
Yeah.
The battle tonight.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Auntie battle.
Yeah, so
the auntie battle.
Yeah. So yeah. So who y'all got? Who y'all pulling for?
I'm going with
Patty.
Only reason.
We're gonna Patty pies. I want you to pull up with one.
I need to go to the store and get one. Give me a good old patty pie.
I'm related to Patty LaBelle through my great grandmother's kids.
Oh, here you go.
Well, her ass don't talk to her.
All down the line.
Look like a Samoan mom with the flip flop.
We got people that have reunions and shit. She pull up and she's leaving.
Oh,
so,
wow.
are you going for Patty?
I'm going for family, nigga.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know because you got mad. You was like, she don't claim us. She don't talk to us. So she ain't never talked to us. So I thought you were going for Gladys.
I don't really know what music. Honestly, I don't listen to either one of them, but
right. So
when you was
everybody's so hyped for it. I'm just like, I'm ready to care.
No, I don't think the Pips are gonna be there. I don't think the Pips are gonna be there.
Oh no!
I'm just asking. I got questions. Oh yeah.
Oh shoot, that's funny. That's funny.
Without the Pips, I don't know about Gladys.
She might not be able to hang with Eddie Kane. I think like she ain't. I don't know.
But Eddie Kane.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, but Patty LaBelle bring Eddie Kane.
Yo, if she bring Eddie Kane out, bro, it's a wrap.
She brought out
nice like this out with. All right, I'm done. All right, but yeah, so it should be a good event tonight, though. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'll watch.
I'm gonna play it in the background. I'm not.
I'll turn it on just to say, like, I was there.
I got food seasoning for this.
Oh, okay. You marinating some stuff. Okay.
I'm just waiting on the Keisha Cole and the Shanti battle. Like, that's what I'm waiting on.
Oh, they did.
They agreed on it, but I'm not sure when they're gonna schedule it.
Okay, because I didn't hear them announce it. I mean,
it hasn't been announced yet, but Ashanti agrees.
Okay. Well, look.
Ashanti and Keisha Cole.
Who you going for?
Are they supposed to have 20 songs? Because I feel like.
Oh wow!
They both have more than 20 songs, but as far as 20 minutes, Ashanti got a good. She got a good word.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll go for Ashanti. But Keisha Cole had a whole 2 summers of making angry nigga music.
Oh yeah.
But when they hit,
She got a couple hits.
What you say, Angel?
So Ashanti got a lot of features. Like, when she was with Murder Inc., she was on the hook.
Oh yeah, Ashanti
was.
Right. Yeah.
She was.
Right.
Yeah, she was the princess of R&B. They know what they call her. They call her the princess.
That's what they said.
Okay, all right. All right, so let's jump into the bullshit that we really gonna talk about today.
Right. We'll spend an hour on current events.
Right.
I was confused at Ashanti.
All right, so what we talking about today, B?
So with all the, like, we just talked about WAP and, Niecy Nash and her, Niecy Nash and Jessica Betts just got married. There's just so much going on, I guess, just, in the Black community. There was also this thing, now I don't know all the names and all the events and stuff, but there was a guy who was like a president or something of a university. And him and his wife had another person that they were allowing in the bedroom. Okay. And I guess he was watching his wife be with the guy.
Okay.
And it was a huge thing once everything leaked, just because of what they were doing in their married bedroom. And so I just want to know when society became so big on deciding what everybody does with their sex life and who they do it with. Like, I understand that some people might not agree with that, or that's not their preference, but for people to be like, oh, he has to step down, or he needs to give up his position because of what he's doing that him and his wife agreed to.
Why did it come out? How did it come out?
The guy got mad and leaked it. The guy that they were
+1.
Yeah. The +1. The +1 ended up leaking it.
Like, who else leaks it?
Hold on, don't come for
this was the +1 situation, and he should have kept his mouth shut.
Exactly. I was like, they probably should put some D&Ds out or no NDA.
You want to put the podcast out?
Do not disturb. What? They should put some NDAs out about it or something. But I mean, other than that, like, because it was brought up to me because somebody was like, "Oh, don't you think he's wrong for that?" And I was like, honestly, no. I think whatever they do in their bedroom is what they do in their bedroom. Mm-hmm. Like, now it's out, and so everybody's society has this big thing about, oh, that's not right. But as far as what they do in their bedroom, they're married. They decided this is what they want to do. Why is that our concern? Why should that change his position? Like, why can't he still hold the same title because of what he likes to do behind closed doors?
That's facts. Like whatever goes on in somebody's marriage in their bedroom, that's their business. Like, I don't want to know. Why y'all want to know? Like,
yeah, why are y'all so concerned? And why is it
like Instagram and everybody else's lives? So like,
like
everything.
But you know what?
Social media.
I will say that social media has made it so we're or some people are comfortable.
Feel entitled too.
No, not even entitled. Just comfortable knowing other people's lives. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck who you sleeping with. Just you happy? Fuck it. Be happy. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
And like with the Niecy Nash situation, she had to come out and she was saying, I don't feel like I came out. I feel like now I'm just happy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like for her to even have to say that, like everybody was so like, oh, she's had 2 ex-husbands or however many ex-husbands, and now she's getting married to a woman. Like, why does she have to come out and say, oh, now I like a woman? Like, why does that matter?
It's crazy.
It doesn't matter.
Concerned. We have to get an explanation. That's
exactly.
Wild.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think it all stems from religion. So
that's a whole other ball game.
Exactly. We don't even have the time to read
it. We can't even deep dive into it like that. Right.
But to keep it super general, like it all stems from religion and traditional standards of man and woman. You know, with what the Bible says, and you know, with what Christians believe, with what Catholics believe, and Catholics are Christians, so I'll just put that under the Christian umbrella. It's, you know, anything that is outside of that umbrella of like what is traditional and what is standard and what is normal is suddenly wrong or taboo, or, you know, people really start judging and dragging. And social media is so powerful. It's like you get a certain number of people that believe that XYZ is wrong and not okay and impressionable, whatever, that person is forced to resign. That person may hang themselves because of the judgment, because of the negative comments or whatever. So I really think, as far as like, where does it come from? I think it all stems from religion, because if it doesn't look normal to the masses, you're canceled and you're wrong and I don't like it. And it could destroy people's lives. I think that's with the core where it comes from.
And just it being, like you said, taboo, like it being something different than what you normally see. And a lot of people, sometimes they might even be interested in something different, but feel so restricted, and they're restricting themselves to even go and find out if that's something that they might like to do, because they feel like, oh, they're judging themselves based on the judgment that they feel is going to come from other people.
Right.
And kind of like what you were saying as far as like traditions, like growing up, like, well, I grew up Christian, so it's like sex has always been, you know, connected with something that's bad unless you're married. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of people don't even feel comfortable talking about sex, especially with like your parents. So it's like when you're at a certain age, you're sneaking around because you don't want your parent to know, especially even if you're a teenager, you still not going to tell. Well, some people do, but most people are trying to keep it a secret from their parents that they're having sex.
Right.
But it's just like, who made sex bad? But then it goes back to the Bible. So it's just like, you know, some people feel like the Bible is outdated. Some people, you know, some people feel, so it's just like, how do you navigate being a Christian? It's like, okay, you're not married, so technically you're not supposed to be having sex, but it's just like, what if you never get married?
Right, but I mean,
I was going to say Buck said,
you know, I was going to say some shit,
we
but
grew up in Islam.
yeah, we grew up. Me and Cameraman grew up Muslim, so you know, we know. You know, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, I don't know about AJ, but my dad never talked to me about sex. My mom never talked to me about sex. I literally found out about sex through this nigga, like hanging out with him when I was little. Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, like in all seriousness though, like I've never had a conversation with my parents about sex, you know, or anything of that sort, because I mean it's taboo. It's like, oh, we don't talk about that. Like, how am I supposed to know what to do if I don't know what to do?
You know what's fucked up about that is like these homes, these families, so because it's so taboo and I don't want to discuss it, you're leading your children into the real big ass world, not knowing a goddamn thing, and they fuck around and knock somebody up at 17, or get knocked up at 17, or whatever, or get burned, or get just get in all these situations because they didn't know anything, because no one told them shit, and then they're judged based off of the consequences of those actions that no one warned them about because it was too taboo. It's like it's a domino effect. You don't teach them.
Right.
And they have to get burned to learn. And sometimes these burn to learn situations are forever, you know, and it could really scar different families and peoples and babies that didn't ask to be here for the rest of their lives. So it's just, I don't know. I think we need to get into the habit of having these very uncomfortable conversations with each other, our friends, our siblings, more importantly, our children, and maybe even our parents. But it definitely needs to happen at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, it's. I say this. Us as this generation. I think everybody in here is 30 plus, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make it seem so old.
No. Like 30 plus. Like, yo, it's
30 plus.
Come on, man. Like,
plus.
you got right behind you. Like, we the two. I'm 33.
You gotta say this is me.
All right, man. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, we all have gone through that growing up, and I'm pretty sure us, when we eventually become parents, I think it's only two parents here, Asia and AJ. You know, the sex talk is going to happen, and it's going to be elaborate more so to the fact that what, you know, we got, you know.
Yeah, I think at the age now, especially with me, since I have kids now, it's like the shit that I got taught coming up, I'm breaking that shit down now.
Yeah.
Because I don't got time for
it. Yeah, because your son almost in high school, right?
I'm gonna say, so what is
you try to 33,
so what is a good time, like what is a good age to even introduce it? And like when people talk about the birds and the bees, first of all, I never even heard that story.
I ain't no birds mess with bees.
You're right.
I really never understood that story, and I've never really heard it. So but like, when do you know when it's the right time to even talk about it? Because kids nowadays, they're having sex in elementary school.
They have access to everything, bro. Like,
yeah,
I hadn't had that conversation before. I ain't go super in depth yet, but I'm gonna have to go more detail wise. But I was like, hey, what you know about pussy? So then and I actually, we sat down and we actually talked about it because he was looking up some shit on YouTube. I'm like, yo, you interested in some things. You know what I'm saying? I had a convo, so we had it.
So if he want the good stuff, he got to go to
Hey man, look, before you get a damn phone to me, hopefully you ain't watching right now. I ain't watching. Right.
But definitely opening that door with your parents, like parents having that conversation with the kids, it'll make them more comfortable growing up, because when nobody's saying anything to us, now we get in relationships, and you need to have that conversation with your partner. Like, we're wanting, you know, we want everybody to be tested and stuff like that. But if you feel like that's taboo, or that's something that you can't talk about, you're not going to feel comfortable coming to your partner and having that conversation with them. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, not right in the beginning. Like, eventually, you know, you might get there, but because nobody said anything to us.
Then I can have kids and still wouldn't.
All right.
That's why we hit that breaking point.
Oh, hold on. We'll be right back, y'all. Pause.
Pause.
Yeah, we on our slight break. I ain't gonna turn the camera on.
Oh, okay.
Y'all gotta get it right.
We right. We
All right,
live.
we right. We good. We live, baby.
Oh yeah, we live right now. Okay.
All right, let's get it popping, y'all. 3, 2, Vegas.
So yeah, literally, like with me, I can have kids and I still want my parents to know that I'm having sex. Like that's just something I just don't want to talk to my parents about. And like we saying the topic, I'm not sure why sex has become a taboo, but I just don't.
And it's because
it mortifies me.
Because you said they didn't talk to you about it, right?
Right. I just don't want that's something I don't feel like my mom tries to talk about it and it's like it's very uncomfortable. Like I don't want to talk about sex with you and I don't want my dad to know I'm having sex.
Yeah, I mean, when my family, when I moved in with my ex, I lived with my ex, and my cousin, he was like, "Your mama gonna know you had sex now," and I was like, "Wait, but I don't have to be just because I'm with him."
All right, so in Islamic culture, right? We're not supposed to have sex until we're married. So the topic about it is taboo as fuck. So so recently, yeah. So let me break this down. So recently, so I haven't told y'all yet, but I start my doctorate program next month. So when I told my mom told my dad, thank you, son. So I told my mom,
I was like, I ain't told y'all yet. Right.
You went to what?
He was talking about sex. He was like, I ain't told y'all yet.
All right, so look, in Islam we do pretty much arranged marriages or whatever. So
to an extent.
To an extent. So as soon as my dad heard that, like he started like talking to the people in the masjid, trying to get me to get married or whatever. So this one brother sent over his daughter's profile or whatever, man. It's like, bro, it's like you auctioning off your daughter. That shit is fucking weird, yo. Like I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing is this. My thing is, I want to be able to talk to you and get to know you and not your representative, because in order for a man to talk to a woman and do the courtship or whatever, it got to be a male there that she can't marry, like her dad or her uncle or her brother or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never getting to know the real person. So I was just like,
sometimes it works. You see a lot of the relationships work, but you see a lot of them flop fast as hell. Right. Because now that person is becoming a grown person with a growner mentality. They over here like, oh shit, this ain't what I want. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just like, boop. Right. It's like a whole 360.
It's different, man. It's different.
A lot of them work, bro. A lot of them work. My mom and my step-pops, for example.
Yeah, that's a good example. But I'm talking about the younger generation. I'm talking about the cats our age. Because a lot of the cats our age got married when they were like 18, 19, and they all divorced now.
I know one right now.
So is it successful because they're still together, or is it successful? They are legit.
Okay, all right. You brought up a good point.
I think it's successful for the fact that, because like religious wise is like, we believe like half of your responsibility in life is marriage. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people will give too much energy. I don't want to say too much, but give enough energy, they feel like the responsibility is there because they have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that they're happy in that relationship, but more so that they know this is what I'm supposed to do and I'm going to do it no matter what. Versus actually being in a committed relationship, being happy, being, you know what I'm saying, like actually enjoying everything about the relationship. That's the bad part that a lot of people question. You know what I'm saying? You be with somebody, you be happy.
Yeah, man. I mean, and a lot of people do that, man, and it's sad. It's really
I think that's marriage in general. Like there's people that are just together because they just feel like they have to be.
Right.
There's people together because they feel like I'm not supposed to get a divorce, or I'm not supposed to leave, like,
because they felt like they were supposed to, not they wanted to.
Right. And I mean, and just married period. Just married period, because they felt like, because I mean, a lot of women, I mean, me included, for a while, I felt like my role is to be a mother and a wife. I'm not saying that I can't, but I'm just saying, like, that is not my sole thing, because for a while, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I felt like any relationship I was in, I was like, I need to hold on to this relationship because I'm here and I need to be a mom and a wife. So no matter what, I need to hold on to this because my main goal is being a mom and a wife.
Right. No, but you know what? I was on the same wavelength with the yeah.
So I feel like I gotta stay here, even though it's not, it's not the best situation or things aren't going the best. But I'm like, I'm in this, and now I gotta push. I gotta hold on. I gotta fight for it. I gotta, because this is where I have to be. And I feel like, and in the beginning with my first, I was in the relationship with him for a very long time, and it was not good. I mean, it probably was not good the first year in, but I stayed for another 4 years because of tradition, because of me thinking
the whole freshman year stuck around.
Because I felt like I needed to stay there. I needed to
prove for yourself.
I had to say that I have to stay here because the tradition, or since I'm not supposed to I'm not supposed to be having sex until I'm married. If I have sex with this guy, I gotta marry him.
That's big.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
AJ, I got a question for you. Where are you from originally?
Jersey.
You from Jersey?
Yeah.
What part?
What part?
Then I say no.
West Orange.
Well, she said West Orange.
Yeah,
You went to Jersey, true. West Orange.
Huh?
I was born in Orange. I lived in Newark for a little bit, but I spent most of my time in West Orange.
Okay, all right, thanks. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So that makes sense because I was trying to connect like you and Clint back in the day, and y'all did say, yeah.
You from Jersey too?
No, you from Philly.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. He was born in Virginia.
Yeah, I was born in Virginia. Yeah, right.
Your family is in Newark.
Yeah.
My family is in Newark. I was born in Newark. You know what I'm saying?
I was supposed to be born in Newark, but we talk about that later.
Say that again, Adrian.
I said, wait, so you have a 973 number. You have a Newark number.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I had the same number since
2010.
2010. Like I ain't never changed my number. Yeah, ever since I got a cell phone, I never changed my number.
You lived in Newark?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit crazy. Like, how old are you?
I'm 34.
34?
Mm-hmm. I'm getting
shit, like, I've been in Jersey for a long, long time. You probably know, you from West Orange?
Yeah. All my family's most of my family's from New York, but a handful of us are in Essex County, like Newark, West Orange.
Essex County.
That's real.
Yeah. All right, yeah, she good people. Be all right.
Don't let the LA address fool you. Like
Yeah, no, like all right, yeah. So
I'm Irvington,
yeah. Stick and Stab, 11th Street, Avon Ave,
17th.
I don't claim
round the corner from Homes Liquor.
Weird. South Jersey is fucking weird, and
she said South Jersey is weird.
Yeah. Nothing past.
You want a good part, man.
Yeah, right. Facts. Yeah, most of my folks are out in Plainfield, so it's all good. All right, so look. All right, enough Jersey talk because there's North Carolina people clocking out. It's like, look, they're like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about these number blocks. All right, so all right, let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all ladies this, and this is a question just for the ladies. So, how are y'all gonna feel when y'all children come to you about? Are y'all gonna have that open door policy when y'all children come to you about sexual matters? And how are you gonna play it out? But I guess I want to get like for y'all two. I want to get kind of like a play-by-play of how you think it's gonna play out. For you, Asia, I kind of want to get a play-by-play of how it has played out or how you're going to play it out, because I know you have, your son.
I'm knee deep in this shit. I've been in it.
Oh, okay, all right. Shit, hands up, don't shoot. All right, you got it.
I'm in it. Like, my son will be 13 in about 20 days, and all this puberty shit started a little earlier than I thought it would. But
right, is it slapping you right in the face, or did it gradually come?
it kind of hit me right in the face because, like, you know, he was getting a little hair everywhere and the voice is cracking and shit like that. But
he's like, hey, your mom, maybe a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Walked in on him a couple times and it's just like, oh, we beat our dicks now. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so that happened just sooner than I thought it would. But I'm it's stressful because it's stressful, but I have created this open door policy where he feels comfortable enough to talk to me about it. You know, go from telling me about whatever grade he got on his math test to what's this clear stuff that comes out of my penis. And sometimes it gets, when it's really hard, it hurts and I don't know what to do. So like, I'm always blindsided by it because I'm sitting here like eating dinner, but you know, you asked me this random question about the thing, but I'm glad you are comfortable enough to come to me for these things.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm just in it, and you know, unfortunately, I gotta have these conferences, tougher conferences. It's one thing. It's not tough for me because my grandmother taught sex education for 30 years, so I think that's why I'm so fluid with when we talk about sex and lifestyles and things like that. It's not tough for me. My household has always been very, very open with the body, with the male form.
Big facts.
All of that stuff. I think what's harder for me to talk to my son is what the kids are doing, like socially. You know, talking about body and all the changes that is going through is one thing, but you know, when I go through his phone and seeing like what these kids are doing and not thinking about what me and my friends are doing at his age, it's stressful. It's really stressful because these kids are fucking, they're finger popping, the girls are eager to fuck, they're eager to just points, the guys are eager to, they're raping girls, doing all of this shit, and it's just like, I have some control, but only but so much. So I just want to prepare my child for all the information he needs to make the best decisions.
Absolutely.
That's all I can do. That's all I can
do. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have that open door policy. Like, I know I remember in middle school, there were girls like giving head under the bleachers and like stuff like that. And at the time, I didn't know what that meant.
What high school you went to?
So I didn't even know what that meant. So people are like saying, oh, such and such was giving head under the bleachers. I'm like, what is that? Like, what does that even mean? Because I grew up in church. Like, I grew up in church. I was at Sunday school. I was at Vacation Bible School. I was at Bible study every Wednesday. I was at church every Sunday. I sang in the choir. I was an usher. Like, I was at church all the time. I was at church. So, for me, like, number one, and other kids knew that about me, so they kept stuff away from me because they would be like, oh, she's a church girl. Don't talk to her about it. So don't say nothing to her. She don't know what's going on. And I really didn't. Like, I was super gullible. I was super, like, I had no clue what was happening. So when people were coming up to me and talking about stuff like that, I was like, what does that mean? Like, what does that even mean? So when I started talking to, when I started like dating and talking to guys that weren't in my church circle, then I started hearing about other stuff and they coming at me and I'm feeling like, am I like still kiddie? Like, am I like the little kid of the group? Like, because I don't know what's going on. Like, what does that even mean for me? But there was nobody for me to come and say anything to because we didn't talk about it.
Right.
So until I got older, until I was in maybe like my senior year of high school, like that was the first time that I really, and that's because I lived away from home. I went to a residential high school, so I lived at school. So my senior year, then I was like, like,
what is
this? What are y'all doing? But I'm still super reserved, super conservative. So I'm like, I ain't doing all of that because I still had those values so instilled in me that I was like scared to do anything else.
You know what scares me about how we're by the time was that huge gap of the mistakes could have been made during that time because you didn't know.
Right.
I'm not saying it would have been your fault, it's not your fault. But like, that's a long period of time to just slip and fall into something that maybe if you had knowledge of earlier, maybe when your body first started changing, you know, you would have been hit to the shit. So I don't know. Because
it still took me a while after that. Like after my first was in college, my freshman year. And I was with him, like I said, because I felt like I had to hold on to that. I was with him for 5 years.
Right.
So after that, now I'm in the world, and now I'm like,
yo, I feel
now I gotta learn what everybody else knows.
I feel you. So I know with girls it's pressure, but with guys it's extra pressure from our peers. So it's like when I was 14, that's when I lost my virginity, and it was so bad. Like the situation itself was so bad. The entire day was so bad that I didn't have sex again until I was 18. Like I promise you, it was just weird to me. I was like, well, if this is sex, I never want to do it again. You know what I'm saying? And it some of the events of the day kind of played into it because me and AJ ended up crashing somebody else's car. So some of the events of the day kind of played into it. Yeah. You gotta listen to the old podcast. I can't retell the story.
That's because I would have whooped your ass.
Should've.
Huh? You said what?
I would have whooped you. I would beat the brakes off of my son if he crashed anybody's car at 14.
I wasn't driving. He was driving.
It was me.
He was driving.
But
now, mind you, he's how old? 2 years older than me, right? Yeah. So he's 2 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? He had got me my first job that day. No, not my first job, but my second job and my first mall job. He got my first mall job that day. And then he was like, yo, I got another birthday surprise for you. I said, what you got? He said, I will get you some pussy. And he was he got me some, but it was the worst experience ever.
I said you and
Hold on. What did you say, Asia?
I'm trying to picture that in female form. Like, girl, you're not gonna believe this. I've gotten you dick for your birthday.
Yeah, you can't flip flop that. No, you can't flip flop that. No. But no, but in all seriousness though, like I didn't. I think the shit traumatized me so much that I just wasn't comfortable having sex again until I was 18, and it took somebody to force me, kind of, to have. It was an older woman, and she kind of forced me to have sex at 18. I was just like, oh.
Sounds a little random.
So,
I think it took that big. She was like, come here, young boy.
And being like sex being a taboo, like we were saying earlier, somehow being a virgin was also like a taboo.
Yeah.
So it's like literally when I was in middle school, like 7th to 8th grade, everybody's bragging about having sex, but you weren't a part of the cool kids if you were a virgin. So it's like now I'm like, I'm not a virgin,
I was always a weirdo.
So it's just like sex just seems like it's just overall has always been weird in a sense. Like it's always stipulations to it. Oh, you can't have sex with X amount of person, or you're gonna be this, or you can't.
Yeah, you're gonna be labeled a certain thing.
It's just like,
look, man.
Why sex gotta be so complicated?
But look, it was like that. It was like that when you was growing up. But now, if you're dealing with somebody that's mature, and like me, for instance. If a shorty tell me, I fucked a lot of niggas back in the day. All right, that's your past. That's not right now.
Like, what's your body count? Why? Like, that's so...
bro, like, what? I was
the same shit.
Why are you asking that?
Man, I'm not with that.
You talking about body count. Like...
No, I'm good.
You worried about... If you're in your 30s worrying about a motherfucking body count, you don't need to be with nobody.
A long time ago. I have no fucking idea.
You right there with me, because I have no fucking idea. You right. I have no fucking idea.
But like, this is dumb. Like, what? Like,
I have no idea. I know it's past 300. The last time I counted, it was 300. I know it's past that.
All right. Some of these like
Hold on, we can't hear you, Asia. Say it again.
I said, I think I stopped counting when I realized why I was counting. And this is years ago. I think I've been like 22, 21, something like that. Like, I felt like I needed to know. So, like, if I'm asked, say, this is what it was. But then, it doesn't fucking matter. I stopped counting.
It doesn't.
Like, it just...
At all.
It doesn't matter. No.
At all. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, for a while I was keeping up with it, but I felt like I was keeping up with it because I felt like I was telling myself, by this number, you need to be marrying this guy.
Oh no, honey.
And honestly, that's why I was keeping up with it. I was like, listen, we ain't getting past this number because after this, like, I honestly felt like after a certain number, I was no longer marriage material. So I was like, if I get to this number, then I need to be marrying that guy at that number.
That's crazy.
I feel like overall, the views on marriage, the views on sex, it's all within you. And unfortunately, a lot of us feel the way we feel right now, today, in this moment, based off of how you were raised. Whether you were raised in the church, whether, it's hybrid or a little bit of church or a little bit of, something that didn't really coincide with what the church said was supposed to do. Either way, it all came from, the teachings that were instilled into us as children, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's really up to us to make it what we want to make it. The traditions of man and woman, of a traditional marriage, right? Mm-hmm. So many people of every age group, whether they're in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or older, that are struggling with this traditional setup of a marriage. And to be honest, I think it's meant to be a monogamous relationship, absolutely not. But I think that it is actually traditional in a way. But I don't blame anybody. Maybe this part is, what, this is really working for me, doesn't seem like it's working for you. Let's set these boundaries, let's set these rules, let's do us. Right. You can corporate +1, +2, plan. You can shit on my chest, you can do whatever the fuck you like.
Not shit on your chest.
And she like,
hey, look, can I? Look, what they say, if you don't do it, another man go do it for you? Nah, nigga, nah, hold on.
But my point is that people have different kinks and different things that don't fit within the mold. I am all about removing that mold and doing whatever the fuck works for you and your partner or partners. And right. Get forced into this little box of what it's supposed to be. That's where shit goes awry and it gets weird and you're unhappy. Your family is unhappy. Your partner is unhappy. Like, I think it's within us. And I'm not saying it's easy because it definitely isn't, especially if it's the opposite of what we were taught as children. Right. Really break that to make things work for us. That's what we have to get comfortable with doing. Sex, marriage, relationships, all that shit.
That's facts. That's facts. Hey, look, man. I think we need to just end on that note right there. Yeah, like, goddamn, Asia came in dropping some knowledge. Like,
listen, if you like it, I love it. That should always be the motto. If you
absolutely,
man, absolutely. All right, well, look, man. Look, we're gonna end it out like this because we're getting ready to edge up on an hour, and I know you, Asia, you wanna go ahead and go about your day. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta bake some shit and watch the game.
Yeah, look, go ahead and make your money, man. So look, we gonna sign out, man.
What's the name of the company again? She got.
Hold on, we gonna get to that, bro. We gonna get to that. Slow down, nigga.
I'm hungry.
All right, so look, make sure you follow the podcast at D&D Pod on Instagram, Drake's Discussion Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you follow me, King Bak, KBNG, BAK on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow cameraman AJ at New Wave Lil. Make sure you follow Miss V at Miss V_DND on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you follow Tia at Kiss My Kicks with 4 S's on Instagram. 4 S's and an underscore on Twitter. Also T with Tia. She got her shit popping. Look. I be practicing my shit, nigga. What's up? All right, look, Asia, if you can give them a shout out where you at and your company and all that good stuff.
Okay, I do a lot, but here's my spiel. Follow me at Chokes and Gags on Instagram. That's Chokes, the letter N, Gags, sitting right there on your screen. Also, my blog, chokesandgags.com. I originally started with Buzz on Tumblr. I blog relationships, lifestyle stuff, all that. And I now cook, I bake, and I ship my cookies nationwide now.
She ships.
Choking Hazard Kitchen on Instagram and chokinghazardkitchen.com. I'm taking orders every week. I'm adding new products every week. All right.